Just make it on. The volume full. So I think it is recorded. Just bear with me for a minute. This is something very challenging for me. I think it is recording this one. So let's make it for the screen. So hopefully you will be able to see it here. Feel free to ask me questions, okay, because we want to make it interactive. Okay. Good morning, folks. We are, as you have already witnessed since the morning, the simulator and the work we were doing on it in the morning. So now we go on to the lecture phase where we are giving you the information on the lecturing itself, on the bunkering itself. I hope now you are able to see it much better. So what is LNG? What do you think? What is LNG? Can you tell me?
Liquefied natural gas.
Yes. Liquefied natural gas. So, but what it does? What is wrong with it? What is good with it? Why we want to use it?
Environmentally sustainable.
It is environmentally sustainable. Why? Because it has got only one carbon atom. What else do you think?
The disadvantage would be that it needs very low temperatures to be stored.
So, you mean to say it needs cryogenic temperatures? Yes. So, there are other multiple things which we are going to be talking in the day. So, yes, fuel consumption 1990 to 2013, energy per kilometer, car trucks, etc., etc. This is just a comparative analysis. This is the ICCT information. The fuel consumption or the carbon. This is 7% drop. Trucking more or less the same. The cars has dropped because we have got hybrid cars, etc. But the shipping has increased 10%. So that is something alarming. And of course, we have taken this from different sources. So it is saying that shipping, although it is the cheapest mode of transportation, we need it to be better organized. So let's see, it is the how we are able to design the protection against the problem or against the challenges which are given to us by the LNG. That's one of the challenges at the moment. We were listening to the word that LNG is the future, LNG is the future, but that future has a big drop. LNG hasn't flown the way it should have to. Of course, it is because of the geopolitical situations and supply and demand situation. This was the main reason. From 2012 onwards, we have seen a steady decline here of the MMBTU price for the NBP hub, which is there. So oil has dropped significantly. And of course, we are not talking about the barrels, we are talking about the energy unit, dollar per MMBtu. So, can you see it has taken a big plunge? Because LNG has got a production cost attached to it, it is not able to sustain that kind of plunge. But since 2013, you may notice till today it has come down significantly. But the industry analyst or predictors say that it is now going to be steady for a while and slowly and gradually become. So this is something where, the economists, the managers are making their calculation on these things. Of course, there is a prediction that oil prices will also move ahead. So, of course, it is only the forecast, so we can see on. So, there are two main drivers for LNG here. Number one, it is a clean fuel and sustainable fuel, as you rightly said. It is sustainable fuel. It is future-proof. Why we are saying it is future-proof? Because it is giving us the possibility, or there are enough supplies underground, even with the finding of shale gas and other, that it will be there for a few hundred years. So, and of course, it is contributing to inevitable energy transition from a heavy carbon footprint to lesser carbon. LNG provides an economic advantage to gas oil and more available, and it is easier to produce high energy density. So this is the transition we are witnessing at the moment. And of course, because many of the ships are converting to LNG, so now we are also expecting to convert the other, the the possibility of getting more LNG barges. The other driver for it was the ECA regulation, which is driving us to definitely go for marine fuel. Why I'm giving you this background? So you need to know the background of something what you are dealing with, and you may be able to see your future here. So at the moment, we have passed this line. We have recently passed this line, and of course now the ECA is implemented earlier this year. And now the future big thing is going to happen in 2020, which is still yet to be decided. So now, at the moment, we want to reduce the NOx level worldwide. We want to reduce NOx stands for nitrogen oxides, sulfur, emissions, and of course we want to reduce the carbon emissions also. So these are various limits of NOx, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Of course, I'm not going in the detail. You can have a look at it on the internet. So these are the ECA rules. ECA areas, which the red one are all ECA area, which is ECA stands for emissions control areas. So all this is very important for you as an engineers also. You need to know that in all the coastal water of America, you cannot, you will have to control your emissions. On all the Baltic areas around the east coast of UK, you have got an ECA area, but this is a very funny division. The west coast of UK is not in the ECA area. Then we have, the world has also decided the future eco areas, which are, or possible future eco area, are full Mediterranean, Black Sea, etc. And then, of course, around Japan and many of the, and around Mexico, of course, and
So this Black Sea is already eco area, or it's the future?
this one, the Baltic Sea is already
No,
the
no.
Scandinavian countries.
No, the Black Sea where it's Odessa.
Yeah, here?
Yes, sir.
No, that is future eco area.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
The local governments are implementing certain rules for things. So, what we are trying to achieve is to reduce the carbon emissions. Hmm? Natural gas, again, I'm giving you the comparison with marine diesel oil, which is a fairly clean oil. So, marine diesel oil, for example, this about 600 kilowatt per hour, gram per kilowatt per hour is the MDO. So, carbon emissions are comparatively less. We expected because we are burning only one carbon atom as compared to multiple carbon atoms in marine diesel oil. Sulfur emissions, nearly negligible. I'm not afraid to say zero. Hmm, if the LNG is produced properly or filtered or generated properly. So SOx, we will have nearly or virtually zero SOx. NOx, nitrogen oxides, again, it depends on your engine efficiency, engine age, engine design, and your methane number, the methane slip, etc., etc. So, again, as compared to marine diesel oil, it is fairly less. Particulate matter, again, virtually zero. Hmm? So that is the good thing. So taking all these advantages, hmm, we being the world or industry thinks uh, LNG is a viable option for the future. Hmm. So LNG now for this vessels to be converted, we were in the chicken and egg scenario where the ship owners were not converting their ships or not making their ships, saying there is not enough infrastructure. Hmm? And many of, they were saying not bunker barges or bunker facilities around the world. And the bunker industry was saying there are not many ships whom we are going to bunker. So if there are ships, we are going to invest our money or put the money where the mouth is. So at the end of the day, they have now the industry is trickling up, and unfortunately, we also have a fall down of prices. So competing LNG with the diesel oil has gone fairly low. Hmm. So these are some threats. The trained personnel we require, that is one challenge. Hmm. We, of course, this program, Motorways of the Seas, have created number of training activities, which we have done. Natural hazards related to LNG, which industry has managed it very well, and the hazards are fairly low. Sorry, there is a public perception about LNG that it is the LNG is not a very good solution because of its hazards. Of course, you have seen a couple of videos from American sources that it is not as bad as we think. Hmm. And policy and regulations, yes, some of them are already in place, some the industry is acting on and creating one. So, and of course, the biggest challenge is the bunkering. So technically, natural hazards, we are taking care of it. Public perception is slowly and gradually changing. Policy and regulation. In June this year, we have got the new IGF code, There will be amendments to SOLAS and STCW, and Society for Gases Marine Fuel is an independent body which is at the moment creating guidelines different. And of course, another challenge was the price uncertainty, which has given a big blow to LNG industry, but now it is going to be a little bit better. So this is history of crude oil and prices. Mm, uh, we are not as bad as we were previously. Mm, you can see there, but yes, of course, the prices has gone fairly low, and of course now they are fairly stabilized. So hopefully they will be stabilized or be further studied. But the good thing is that LNG per MMBTU is still comparatively cheaper than marine diesel. So cleaner benefits are also there. Again, I'm representing this in this graph where we are comparing different with oil parity, Asia long term, term proxy, Asia spot or NP, um, and Henry Hub. It is one of the LNG market, Henry Hub. So you can see the LNG, although in 2008 and 9 the prices were fairly high as compared to whatever it was, it is less than 50%. So I'm thankful to the suppliers and Petroleum Associates for sharing this information. Now we have got LNG price projection from them also. This is the price projection where we are seeing it to be more stable. Oil parity is coming down and it is going to be stable a little more. So excuse me. This is where you have seen a plunge in oil prices because of the Fukushima earthquake. This is an US EIA annual energy outlook, which is also giving us the outlook up to 2020 and 2035. So here you can also see the natural gas prices by them are going to go a little up post, I would say 2020. It will be fairly steady till 2020. So now that was just the background to get you in, give you a wider understanding. Now we come to our subject, which is LNG bunkering. Bunkering infrastructure, we require multiple type of infrastructure to facilitate these ships, the receiving ships. So we need the storage facility for, of course, we need an LNG liquefaction plant, but that liquefaction plant could be in Qatar or anywhere in the world, and the LNG is transported by the ships to this supply facilities or storage tanks, and from there it can either be transported by the trucks, which is happening still in a lot of Scandinavian countries, and even in other European countries like in Mediterranean, etc. They are supplying with trucks, but trucks is not a viable option because it takes multiple loads of trucks to fuel one ship. Okay, so and of course fueling one ship will take a long time because there's the limitation of pumping of pipes, etc. If the ship is there for a very long time, yes, it could be a viable option, truck to ship, but the only economically viable option is the bunker barge. So you folks would be working on these bunker barge or maybe related to these bunker bars or interacting with these bunker bars. So this is the whole objective of this project, you know, create knowledge uh, and transfer the knowledge for this transportation for motorways on. So ship to ship transfer, which is going to take place. The industry is going very fast. They have created the pressure tanks at CTEC in different formats. Hmm. This is one of the container ship tanks. Hmm. It is, and this is one of another container ships where we have got 4 LNG packs, and this is a nearly rectangular type of LNG. Mind that the density of LNG is less than half of even the water density. So it is very light. Hmm. It does not take a lot of weight, but that is the good thing about it. But as a negative thing, we have got this thing that we cannot store a lot of weight in a small. We need a volume. Although we have reduced the volume 600 times of the natural gas when we made it liquefied. So yes, now the industry or the researcher engineers are designing different types of the tank. Mark III has designed a tank which is a membrane tank, which is going to be accommodated in any space or any shape of the space. So it does not need a lot of wasted space. So we are going to do the membrane tank this afternoon. So practice on membrane tank and ballast. So you will be able to see that. So LNG bunkering, we have to for the process of LNG bunkering, we need to divide the it into different zones. Wherever the LNG bunkering is happening, the interface is designed. The nearest point around where the bunkering interface is going to happen is called the hazardous zone. Okay, so note it down, hazardous zone. Virtual learners, please note it down. The small things like that could be in your exam. Why we cannot see it very clearly? Isn't it?
If we can.
I'll stop. Folks, I'm sorry, I'll have to stop this session because I've noticed that the video is not coming very clearly on for the recording. Let's switch off the light, maybe. Light is interfering with it. Focus is better?
No. Is it better here? No.
right. That is fine. I think when it will go next, because this will be uploaded for them. Yes, just it's okay. It's okay. Maybe they are able to see it better, but anyway, you know, because this folks are virtual learners. If you are not able to see this thing clearly, the same presentation will be uploaded on the system, so you will be able to see that. So, electrical equipment designed for hazardous areas, no other ignition sources, and of course, leak spill escalation control. So, hazardous zone is an area which is very close to the place or where this interface is happening. Then we have got a safety zone, leak spill possible in this area, procedure required, so third party to be kept outside of this area. And then there is a security zone which is stay out of this area to reduce the likelihood of spill occurring. So spill leak unlikely in this area or vessel. So we divide them in three main areas which you are supposed to know: hazardous zone, safety zone, and the security zone. Hazardous zone is the most dangerous area where we are trying to, make it as safe as possible. So zone zero is interiors for gas tank. That is where we are loading the gas. Inside the gas tank or around the gas tank is the zone zero. We are now talking about the vessels. Pressure relief valve, pipe work or venting system for gas tank. That is also the zone zero. Pipes and equipment containing gas. Anything which has gas in it or which could possibly have gas in it is the zone zero or area most dangerous. Zone 1 is the fuel containment system space, like for example a spherical tank. You have seen on the simulator yesterday that it is the area around the hold space where this spherical tank is put into socket. Gas compressors or fuel preparation rooms with ventilation. Areas on open deck or semi-closed spaces on deck within 3 meters of hazardous outlet. This is the key point which you will have to remember. Within 3 meters of hazardous outlet. This is a kind of circle which is created 3 meters around those points. Areas on open deck semi-enclosed spaces within 5.5 meter of compressor, gas pump or fuel preparation room entrances or inlets and other openings. Areas on the open deck within spillage, coaming, surrounding gas bunker, manifold, valves and 3 meter beyond these and up to the height of 2.4 meter above the deck. Enclosed or semi-enclosed spaces in which pipes containing gas are located, example duct around gas pipelines, include other semi-enclosed spaces like bunker stations. Bunker stations is not normally it is a gas-free area, but it could be there could be a leak of gas there. So that's why we consider it as zone 1. So zone 2 is type C fuel containment system space where no connection, areas within 5 meters surrounding opening of semi-enclosed space of zone 1. So here we are presenting all these things. This is the whole LNG tank, or the LNG pack, we can say. This is your zone 0 where you have got cargo loaded or cargo containment system. Then we have got a zone 1 where there is an interface between the ship and shore, and then of course we have got zone 2 is the around the vessel area around. So just to show you that this is also one of method. This is your main LNG lines are coming in here through there, and of course you are loading through different points. These are your spray headers, etc. Again, just to summarize it, according to IEC 6007910-1, these are the precise definition. Zone 0, an area which an explosive gas atmosphere is present continuously for a long periods or frequently. Means your tanks and pipelines and other associated equipment inside those. Zone 1, in an area which is an explosive gas atmosphere, is likely to occur in normal operation occasionally. Zone 2, an area in which an explosive gas atmosphere is not likely to occur in normal operation, but if it does not occur, it will persist for a short period only. So now we are showing you here, at the moment, there are a number of ports. Mostly the Europe is the fastest in it, but America has also taken a lead, and we have got a bunkering arrangement, LNG bunkering arrangement in Amsterdam, Bremen, Fujairah, Gothenburg, Hamburg, Le Havre, Los Angeles, Long Beach, Rotterdam, Stockholm, Zeeburg, Airport, Port of Antwerp, and of course there are many ports coming up now. Port of Barcelona is making some arrangements. Greece ports are making some arrangements in Mediterranean. La Spezia terminal are going to arrange some bunkering things here. So these are few ports which I have learned that they are going to working on the active bunkering facilities in these ports. The picture you see here is the European first vessel, which is fully prepared, fully designed, prepared, and run on LNG bunker only. This is a converted vessel of AGL India Group, which has got one pressure vessel on the and it can supply the gas to this vessel. This particular vessel has done over 500 safe operations so far, and without any major incident. Now, I have mentioned you earlier that IGF has created a code. IGF has finally been approved earlier this year or middle summer of this year, and in chapter 8 is about the bunkering. In it says, the LNG bunkering system shall have an arrangement for purging. Okay? Purging you will experience on the simulator. Not discharge gas to atmosphere. Be fitted with manually operated stop valve and a remote operated shutdown valve. Be possible to operate the remote valve from a control location. Be fitted with ship shore link or equivalent to automatic or manual ESD. Mind that ESD stands for emergency shutdown. So prior bunkering, if you are sitting in an office, you need to check the compatibility. Means the hose connections, the getting alongside bunker barge and all other ship-to-ship interface is ready. Then once this assessment is done and you know their bunker barge couplings can connect to your couplings, etc., because at the moment there is no uniform couplings. There are multiple manufacturers who are making these couplings. They all claim they are better. They may be. So then we have got a bunkering checklist, which I will give you shortly to see, and of course you will also witness this thing. So pre-bunker activities means the communication, etc., which we are going to talk a little later. So folks, that was the first phase of our bunkering presentation. And now we'll go for the simulator.